fabric best is simple. All you need is your fabric and the buckle. I'm going to be using this buckle. You can use any size of buckle to make yours as well. And then if you're going to be using eyelets for the holes, then you will need your eyelet as well. So that's all you need. Then you're going to need interfacing depending on how strong you want the buckle to be. If it's just going to remain like fabric, you can use cotton hairstay. But if you want the buckle to be strong, if you want the belt to be strong, okay, for the belt to have structure, then you can use any hat interfacing that you have. You can use collar stay, you can use peplum stay, or anything just to make it stiff. So now what you will need is to go ahead and cut your piece of fabric. So the length depends on how long you want it to be, and then the width will depend on the size of your buckle. So this buckle that I'm working with is not a big one, so I'll just measure what I have here. This is around 1.5, and I don't want the belt to be tight, to be too tight, so that it can easily pass through these holes. So instead of using the 1.5, you can use maybe 1.25, just this, so that it's going to be free. You can see how it is there. So now I have already ironed interfacing on my fabric. So for the length, you can add between 10 to 20 inches to your actual waist measurement. I'm making this for a waist 36. Okay, so that's 36 there. So I have extra around 20 inches. So you can do that as well. So for the belt now, we have already finalized on the width that we want for the belt, which is 1.25. So you're going to be joining it on two sides. So you can add half an inch to that. So half an inch, half an inch. So let's just approximate it to be 2.5 inches. So you cut two of that. Okay. So um, on whole fold, you can have 2.5. You can see that I have 5 inches here. So this 5 inches, what I'm going to do now is to divide it into two. You can actually just turn it like this and use it, but the reason why I'm dividing it into two is because sometimes you may need to insert belt holes. Okay, you may need to insert belt holes on the belt so that it can hold the belt. When you pass it, it can hold the belt for you. So if you want to insert belt holes, you will need the two sides opened so that you'll be able to insert your hole, your channel for the hole. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm doing now is just to divide this fabric that I have into two, and then I'll go ahead and sew it on the sewing machine. So another way to do it, you can just place it on fold like this, and then sew the two sides, and you open it up later. So that's what I'm going to go ahead to do now. I'll go ahead and fold and then sew it on the two sides. So by the time I'm done sewing, I should have 1.25. So I'm going to just fold in the seam allowance. So like I said, you can either use your hemming gum to hold it together, and you can also top stitch on it. Okay, so you can see that that part is also clean now. So now you need to note where you're going to be making your holes. So the first hole that you're going to be making is this one that will hold the buckle to the fabric. So you can see you're going to pass it through one end of the buckle, then this is going to have to come out from somewhere here, and then this will go back in. You can see that's why I said you should make it free so that you can do all these things easily, and then you're going to sew it just like this. Okay, so now I'm going to mark around here to make a hole so that I can pass through, and then I'm also going to be making holes somewhere here so that when you want to fix the belt like this, okay, you'll be able to put it and then put it back inside. So you just make important holes. You can make a hole exactly on the waist measurement, which in this case is 36. Then you can make some just before, in case the person slims down. So you can make one on the 36 inches, then you make some before, maybe another one on maybe 34, okay, or 33. Then make holes. So I'll go ahead and do this now and bring it back to show us how to fix it. I have gone ahead to make the eyelets. You can see they are small eyelets. So there is one here at the beginning where you're going to attach the hook, and then I made three extra, one before our waist measurement, one on our waist measurement, and one after our waist measurement. So what you need to do now is to just slot this in like this in one of it, in one of the holes. Then you put this hook inside like this, and then you bring it out again. Okay, so that way this is going to be attached like this. Then you take this to your sewing machine and then you just lock it in. So this part, just like I explained, you're going to tuck it in and then you place it like this and sew. So that's all you need to do. Once you sew it, it's going to be ready. So like I said, if you want to place belt holes in yours, you just need to create like a small strand like this, and then you put one in here. This is going to hold the belt for you. So you put one in here and then you put the next one in here like this. Okay, so once you do this, you'll be able to pass your belt inside. That's if you want. So this one is going to hold the belt for you. So if you want this to be part of your belt, you can just do it now, and then once you are done passing the belt, it's just going to hold it in place for you. I hope you understand that. So I'll go ahead and sew it now. Okay, so you can see I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is what you have. So like I said, make sure that it is not so tight. Remember, you're still going to be passing the belt through the two channels. So if it is too tight, it may be a bit difficult for you. So for the belt hole, like I explained, you can just insert the belt here and here if you want it to be there permanently. But for me, I don't want it to be permanent. I want it to be adjustable. So what I did was just to cut a long strand, just like I showed you, but the one that can go around the belt, that's the one I cut, and then I sew it in. You can see, so you make sure that you sew it and it is clean both in and out. So make sure that it is clean. Once you do that, you are just going to slot it inside the belt, so that when you tie the belt, you will be able to adjust it and place the belt hole anywhere you want, because it's not permanent. Okay, so once you put it in any of the holes and then you bring it out, you'll be able to adjust your belt hole. So let's say I want the belt hole to be here, for example. Sorry. Okay, so now let me pull out the entire belt. So when you pull it out, this is what you're going to have. So now for your belt hole, because it is movable, you can put it anywhere. So if this is where your strap stops, you can easily drag your belt hole to that place so that it can hold it for you. So you can see, so that's the difference between this type of hole and the one that is permanent. So this belt is ready now. I hope you enjoy making this with me. If you enjoyed this, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.